Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Wait a minute. Vivo de tres animales. We can get straight into it. It's a remix. I said what? Like a motherfucking smack addict. Fire. And then hit a little fucking cumbia. Hey, trip out. You guys see the thumbnail right there? Yes, indeedy. I'm about to write graffiti all over this bus. Give you some knowledge you can't get in college and tell you a little historia, right? My story, we're going to talk about paisas versus Chicanos. Now, it's an age-old war, huh? It's a war that's going on that no one talks about. Or is it a war? Is it guerra? One never knows, does one. But what I know for sure is I've been involved in a few altercations with the paisitas. And I'm going to tell you right now, we didn't always come out on top. Pensa la tira. It was going down. Okay, vatos like roaches. They're everywhere, right? Vatos were deep. You know, when you're incarcerated, you know, you see a lot of Mexicanos, Mexican nationals, paisas is what they're called. And they have their own carro, and it's a strong clica, right? Their car is no joke, man. They're definitely with the business. They're definitely about, you know, their movement and what they got going on. And in Menudo style, in a direct fashion, we're going to talk about it right here. Exactly what it entails, exactly what happens, and a few stories from the streets. Growing up in Northern California was a little bit different with the paisas. You know, I always had love for them because I got a lot of family that are from Mexico, right? Zacatecas, Juarez, Michoacan, just a lot of different areas. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, I wasn't that, and they weren't me, right? There's a thin line between Chicanos and paisas, but we all come from the same sangre, right? Just different estilos. And I know a lot of people will say, well, the Mexican nationals are very racist. They hate Chicanos, plásticos, pochos. They hate them, right? And some do. Some do. It's not really hate. It's more of, you vatos have the advantage. You vatos have it like that, homes, and you guys don't work hard, and you vatos fucking throw it all away for, all right. But that's not what it is, man. What it is, like I've always said, the raza always finds a way for division. They always find a way to fight amongst their own. It's just the way it's been since the beginning of time, and it's the way it's probably going to be at the end. And there's nothing we could do about it. There's nothing we could change. We try. Those of us that try, that really are true believers in bringing brown pride together, bringing the raza all together, we try. I said, but we can only do so much. Now, myself, growing up in Northern California, there was always a bias against the paisas. It's the truth. I guess vatos seen paisas as victims, like they could victimize them and utilize them and use them like they weren't smarter than. When I knew all the time that these vatos were smarter than, you know what I mean? So I left them alone. You know, there was never no reason to hate on my own people. I always looked at everyone as my own people. If you treated me with respect, that's exactly what I would treat you with. I was just trying to do my own goddamn thing. Guard, my own thing, right? I was trying to do my thing. But the paisas definitely were about the business. Now listen, I'm going to tell you a couple stories. So one time there was a quinceanera going on. And they used to, you remember that movie, The Wedding Crashers? With the vato Vince Vaughn, they crashed weddings, they partied like the rock stars, right? They called me and my homeboys the Quinceanera Crashers because we didn't give a fuck. We were trying to go up in all the quinceañeras. We were trying to drink all the beer, eat all the fucking enchiladas, and bounce, right? No, we weren't trying to get at the girls. Sorry, we don't do 16-year-olds. We weren't doing that, right? But at the same time, we were definitely trying to get at their tias one time. If the tia wants it, the tia can get it, right? So we were definitely trying to get at them. But the paisas weren't playing. You know, with every quinceañera, there's always going to be that borracho, that one tío, right? That's tripping. And this one, he was tripping. So I remember we get to the spot and see Merced Fairgrounds and Merced. That's where a lot of people like to hold quinceañeras. It was like they had a bigger auditorium, a nice little area to throw it. And I went, and I've told you stories before about that place where it went down. You know, at a wedding, it went down at a party. It just goes down. And it went down with Southsiders. It goes down with everyone. And I remember the Quinceanera Crashers, we all got together. We were chilling on 11th Street at my homeboy Ernie's pad. We were like, hey, fucking, let's go over here and go trip out on this spot. They're having a Quinceanera. And my homeboy was like, but we don't know anyone. Shut up. We don't have to know anyone, fool. We're the Quinceanera Crashers. We go do our thing. and handle our business, right? Let's go trip. So we actually went over there walking. Didn't no one have no car. That was going to be a fatal mistake, right? So we mobbed over there, got a little G'd up, you know, hey, white tees and fucking 501s for everyone. Orale, Cortezes, Chicano style. You know, what we didn't understand was this quinceañera that was happening wasn't a Chicano one. See, most of the quinceañeras we had been to prior to this, you know, there was Chicanos involved. We fucking knew somebody. Merced's not the biggest city in the world, so you know, so hey, ¿sabes qué? I know you, that's Kiko from fucking, I was in 6th grade with them. What's up, bro? Right? And next thing you know, you're eating tamales and you're chilling and it's all good in the hood. Hey, man, this is my homeboys, always all drunk. I know him from since, when I know you? 4th grade. I thought it was 6th grade. It's fucking something like that. And we're chilling. But this one was different. When we walked into this one, everyone turned and they were all paisas, right? Shit, even the fucking tortas had silver teeth. We're like, oh, hell no, it's about to go down right here. We got to play it off, play it off, play it off. So, hey, we could already hear them saying, plásticos. They were already saying, pinches chicanos huevones, right? They were tripping off us. And I was like, damn, bro. We done went to this wrong spot. But we're not no suckers, so we're not going to just back up like crawdads and get up out of there. We're going to eat a chile reno straight up. It's going to go down. You know what I mean? I'm going to dance the cumbia. And that's what is going to happen. So we get there, some bad chicks there, you know what I mean? A couple tias. They're getting at us. We're getting at them. And these spices are looking at us in the corner. Míralo, míralo. Pinche huevones, right? They're tripping off of us. And we can feel it. One of my homeboys, he's like, hey, bro, these vatos are tripping, man. You think they're Southsiders? I said, nah, I ain't Southsiders. Watch out. I ain't never seen a Southsider wear a hat like that right there unless he was going to a fucking, you know, a dance. The trip hour, the mariachi festival in LA. You know, I don't know. So anyways, we're kicking back. And these spices keep looking and looking and looking. And the way we are is we're getting more drunker and drunker. We're going to say something. It's only a matter of time. Like I said, we went there just for the frijoles and the arroz. And we're going to come out. Something different is going to happen, right? So we're kicking back. Everyone's partying. And it's starting to get later. And my homeboy's like, hey, let's jam, bro. Let's jam. Ain't nothing cracking right here. You ain't going to knock that fucking chick with the gold teeth. Nah, you ain't going to get our society. They're platinum. You're not going to do that, right? So we're getting ready to jam, and as we're walking by, there's a lot of paisas here, right? And like I said, I've always been cool with my gente. You know, I talked to a few of them. It wasn't like I wasn't there for hours and didn't talk to nobody. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, you will, right? We talked and chopped it up, and they were cool. But there was a few, man, that just weren't feeling us. They knew that not only that we invaded their spot, we weren't familia, but also that we thought we were better than them. And that wasn't the case, man. We were just trying to kick back. Like I said, need a torta and fuck a torta. So anyways, we're getting there and doing our thing. And as we're leaving, right, these vatos are like, hey, where you from, basically? You know, what do you get? That's all it took. Norteños, rifamos, controlamos todo, XIV, right? They're like, fuck you, vatos. I never seen, now up until the day, you gotta understand, I did YA time, little prison time before this. I had never seen the paisas act like that. You know, they were always more secretive to themselves. Cool. You know, if you would see them in YA, they were cool, man. I can't really, there wasn't too many of them, but I know the ones that I did see, they were always cool with me. I was cool with them. There was no problems. You know, they kicked it more with the Southerners. I guess because the Southerners spoke a little bit more Spanish. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, when you go up north, when you go up more to Northern California, there's not many Northerners that speak a whole lot of Spanish. I don't know what it is or why it is. There's a lot of fields up there, so I don't know what the fuck is the problem, but it just isn't what it isn't, right? And so, anyways, they're hitting us up like some gangsters, and I had never seen this up until this point, right? So I'm like, well, what's up? All the homies are like, yo, what's up? Fuck you at those, right? Boom, melee kicks off. Now, you understand there was probably about 8 or 9 of us, and one thing, and people know that have been there. Spices are deep, right? When they're together, I see, a huevo. And these motherfuckers jacked us up. Fool, I had vatos hitting me with cowboy hats, belt buckles, fucking silver teeth caps. It was going down. They scraped us, right? They scraped us. You think we're going to go out like that? Hell no. There was beans flying, arroz everywhere. I mean, this quinceañera did turn into a disaster. Pobrecita mija, that it was her quinceañera. It was a bad one. Anyways, it just went down. And I remember from that day forward, I knew, like, damn, these vatos are no joke. It was that one day that cemented it in my mind. The paisas ain't no suckers, man. They ain't to be victimized. They ain't to be gotten over on. See, there was an old, and look, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. And I'm not trying to be gangster and talk shit, man, because I'm not doing that. But I'm just being real. There was always a thing up north that amongst the norteños that we said, like, oh, you hit a Southsider up or you hit someone up and they say, no, yo soy paisa. Like they were trying to play the role like that was going to give them a pass or something, right? And that wasn't the whole case. That was a myth, man. Not everybody said that. Maybe that did happen a few times. I met a couple of norteños that said, yo soy paisa, right? But that was what we used to say. That was one of the things that we used to say to kind of clown and talk shit. And I'm just being honest. That was back in the 90s, my gangbanging days. But these guys weren't claiming North or South. These vatos were claiming Mexico. These vatos were claiming, fuck you, get out of here, right? So we got jacked up. And we did, man. There was no denying it. They won. We lost. Now, we get up out of there. We go lick our wounds. We go back to 11th Street, drink a pisto, and reminisce on how we got beat up by the whole fucking banda. And it's all good. What can we do? Are we going to go back and do a drive-by and do some crazy shit? Nah, it ain't that serious, man. We went to their area. They felt some type of way, and now we knew, hey, the Pisces ain't to be fucked with, right? So let me fast forward to years later. There's a club in Merced, and those of you that are from Merced or the area know it. It's called Club Bahia, and it's a Paisa club. Pretty good one, right? It's not very big, and we didn't frequent it a lot. In fact, that motherfucker was there for years before I even knew about it, and I was up and down Main Street. And I remember one time the homeboy was like, hey, let's go to the club. And I was like, man, I'm tired of going to Maloney's. I'm tired of going to all these little clubs that we go to. They're not even clubs. Some of them are bars. I'm tired of going there because all we do is go there, get caught up. There's drama, same old chicks. I done smashed each and every one of them and their moms. I'm tired, right? Let's go to Modesto, to the Palladium and really fuck it up, right? They're like, nah, let's go to Club Bahia. I said, where's that at? That's on Latina. I never heard of that. They said, it's right there on Main, bro. I said, what's that? They said, it's a Paisa club, but it'd be cracking. Now, this is a whole different type of Paisa club. Okay, let me understand it. It was different, right? I was expecting to go in there at this con pinchy shirts, open, hairy chests with 3 chains. That's what I was expecting. Now, this was different. I went in, this motherfucker, Vatos had fur coats on. Vatos had thick-ass gold ropes, like the shit that fucking Rick Ross be wearing, donkey. These Vatos were doing it differently, right? And I was like, oh, hell no. So I walk in this motherfucker, right? And needless to say, there's a gang of Paisans, but they were cool, right? Or at least I thought they were cool. So we're kicking back, we're taking drinks. This was the first time in my life I had ever been introduced to Bucanas and pineapple juice. I don't know if you sip it, but if you sip it, it's bomb, right? So the vato's like, hey, well, you want a fucking shot? Bam, I'm getting shots Cazadores. I'm taking shots of fucking Presidente. I'm doing my thing, Mexicano style, right? I'm loving my people. Or at least I thought I was, but they weren't loving me. Well, they were plotting and planning. And see, this is the way it is. Okay, everyone always tries to say that the Chicanos victimize the Paisas. And I can't speak for Southern California. I don't know exactly how that goes down, man. Because, I'm not from there. But in Northern California, that's not the case, man. At least not where I'm from. They never were victimized or picked on or tore back. I mean, sometimes they were robbed a little bit. Fridays, it was anyone could get it. Why did they take all that money out of the boot, right? But usually, for the most part, everybody pretty much got along, man. We didn't trip off them. They didn't trip off us. You do you, I do me. Right now, this was years after the Quinceanera. So I already knew, like I said, that established in my mind, these vatos were not no punks or no suckers, man. They'll handle business. But didn't mean every one of them was gangster, right? So we're in this motherfucker chilling. And we're getting faded, and a group walks in. And this group, they walk in, Holmes, and this is their spot. Have you ever been to a club, where it's that people's spot? Like we had ours, Maloney's. My Bardo, Dead End. We had our spot. We'd walk in, everybody be like, oh shit, Dead End's in here, and we're doing our thing. And we're looked at like stars. We're shining bright, right? Well, that's how these vatos walked in. These vatos walked in like Los Tigres del Norte. I swear to this day, they might have been. I don't know, but they walked in and they just straight zeroed in on us, right? There was only 4 of us, me and three homies, and we're chilling. So this is what happens. They're chilling. In fact, it was just me and one homeboy. The other 2 came later. So anyways, they're zeroing in on us, and we're just trying to chill with the Paisas. It's all good in the hood, right? We're not no problems. Ain't no problem. Well, you can go out of this club and you can smoke, right? So the homeboy's like, hey, I'm going to go out and smoke a frau, right? I'm like, yeah, I'll hold it down right here. And these Paisas that I was kicking it with, they were cool. Like I said, they were buying shots. Everybody was doing their thing. It was all good. But this kept going in and out of the bathroom with keys. I don't know why. You do the math, right? But everything was good in the hood. So I decided to step out to smoke a frau too. Well, when I do, there's a vato that, there's what do you call it? It's a fucking, what is that? A Cadillac Escalade, right? Those were newer at that time. It was a 2002, I think. Cadillac Escalade was parked right in the front by the curb, right? And my homeboy was getting into it with this Paisa, right? What's up, fool? Right? And they're chopping, they're like really getting into it. And so I pull up and I'm like, what's up, bro? What's up, right? Automatically, right or wrong, I'm on my homeboy's side. I don't give a fuck if you pinch that dude's old lady's butt. I'm on his side, right? What's up there, fool? What's good with it, right? In the hood with it. And that fool's like, the fuck out of here, white boy. I'm like, God damn. The last time I checked, I was bright on light. Don't let the light skin fool you. I'll fuck you up, right? But I'm not black. Damn, I'm a white boy now. What's up, Wood? Right? What's up, brother? Can I get some coffee? Anyways, this vatos like, get out of here, right? And I crack him. double up, melee outside. Well, it's 2 on fucking whatever, right? Bam, 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 bam. We're blackouting this guy. We're on him. 2 of my homeboys that were supposed to come, they pull up. Boom, they get straight to it. What's happening? I don't know. Fucking fight everywhere. Offense, defense, right? Again, not gonna talk no shit. Hella Pisces. Those ones that had just walked in, they came out. I guess that was their hint out there, smoking a frajo as well. They jumped on us, right? And we got jumped on pretty bad. It was like a 10 on 4, and then it felt like a 30 on 4, right? Because they fucked us up. Okay, so that shit happens. Now, it seems like after getting beat up a few times by the Paisas, I would have some type of bias towards my people. But I don't. I understand then, and I understand now, that raza way are solid, right? Doesn't matter, Holmes, if they're from Mexico. Doesn't matter if they're from Egypt. Redneck Camel, like Lil Capone. Doesn't matter about none of that. All that matters to me is that my people got that warrior blood in them, right? Don't get it twisted. So now one more story, right? Chicanos versus Paisas. This is different. So we're chilling on that same street, Main Street, right? Now there's Main and G. It's at the end. There's like a cellular phone shop and like it's a place called the pig or the barbecue pit or something, right? It's old school. So it got this big old pig. It's a barbecue spot. And usually there's white people there, a few Mexicans, you know, a little bit of everything, a few blacks. You ain't gonna see too much blacks, but there are, right? And everyone walks up and down Main, or at least they did back in the days. Now it's kind of shut down. There's no more cruising. There's no more none of that. So it ain't like it used to be, right? But we used to all walk up and down like we were hardcore gang members trying to cause problems. And there were some brothers. Now, to what degree of brothers? Oh, power brothers, right? They weren't from Merced. Because the brothers from Merced didn't kick it right there on Main Street. The brothers from Merced stood on the north side or deep in the west side, and that's what they did. And they didn't come out. Blacks don't come out at night. They don't come out at night. And the reason they didn't come out at night is if they did, it was only to shoot you, right? They didn't come out because there was nothing for them to do there. They would wiggle to the Bay Area and go kick it in Oakland, right? They're not kicking it over there in Merced. They ain't shit to do. Whole bunch of fucking gangbangers looking for someone to fight, right? And so we're kicking back, and we're over there by that Club Bahia. And there's a gang of paisas in frente, right? A whole bunch of them in front, just chilling. We're like, hey, what's up? Cool. Now, you got to understand, this is a couple years down the road. We chalked that one up, too. What's up, fools? What's up? What's up? They're not, and by this time, the fever of the flavor is, and, you know, the paisas and us are cool. We always have been. There was never no animosity unless there was, like, personal animosity. It was always business, not pleasure, right? I mean, that was it. And so we're chilling. Well, these Africanos are walking pretty deep. And my homeboy's like, hey, who are these fools? Are they from Sacra or Oakland? Because usually, you know, there had been at that point in time, you know, a lot of brothers, they were coming from like Sacramento, Stockton, Oakland, trying to establish, set up shop. You know what I mean? Hey, start a little hood, do whatever they were trying to do. You know, that's what a lot of brothers were doing at that time. They were going, setting up shop in different cities, different area codes, trying to pull the hose in different area codes, right? They were trying to get their ludicrous on. Anyways, not in Merced. No, oh, hell no. You know, go see cow, go see cow, go see cow. You about to see 50 cow. We're not playing, right? Definitely not playing. Central Aya, 209, real 209, right? So anyways, these vatos are there. They're walking up. We're walking up. It's bound to happen. It's fate, right? We all meet up right there by the club. The club's across the street. We're over here. There's a cellular phone shop, and we're walking. And one of the brothers says something bad to the homeboy. He's like, oh, you Nortes ain't with the business. Well, the Nortes were with the business that night, right? Everyone rushed each other. It's going down. I'm not going to lie, man. Motherfuckers is getting knocked. There was more of us than there was of them. We got the upper hand, right? But them paisas, man. Oh, hell no. The vatos came running from the club and just kept running out of the club like roaches when you turn the light on. Hey, bell buckle shining. Orale, put in the black guy's eyes, right? I can't see. That was the one time that the Chicanos and the paisas, to me, got off together, man. And let me tell you something. Ooh, oh, how it hurt. Not for us. It was bad. Brothers was like, we coming back, cuz. All right. You know what I mean? Not on no racial stuff because I got love for my brothers, man, black and brown. But at the same time, man, that one time in history, we came together as brown people, right? We handled our business. I mean, it was all good. And that's just what it was. Anyways, needless to say, this old adage, this old myth about paisas versus Chicanos, that's not the case, man. There is no animosity. There is no beef. It might be personal. Some people might trip on a little bit prejudice. But me, myself, man, I got nothing but love for them. Regardless if I came up short in a fight or regardless if I want to fight, man, I'm always going to have love for my gente because that's what we're derived from. We're all derived from that same sangre, that same blood, man. And don't sleep on the paisas, man. In or out of prison, they are with them functions, with them activity. You didn't fucking read it on the channel? This is different. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the little stories that I told today, because they're all true, they're all actual, they're all factual, man. No ratatouille, none of that bullshit, man. Talking about realness. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the struggle and striving, the strive to struggle. I'm going to continue to do what I does, because I maintain how I does it, because it wasn't and it ain't never going to stop. You know what it is, man. You see the top on it? Man, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in. But Gunner, you're falling off the map. Orale, I am the map. Bang, bang.